Good afternoon. Today I want to share with you a site that's great for engaging your students in science or social studies. It can be used in a large group setting in the classroom using an LCD projector, or you can use it in individual work or group work using the Chromebooks and or mobile labs and or Dell or Mac lab. All you have to do is open up the browser and then you or the students type destiny.pgcps.org. And as you can see, it's a county site, so it might already pop up as in the history, but again, it's destiny.pgcps.org. This is going to take you to the generic Destiny website, and we can work from there because we're going to be looking at TrueFlix. But what you might want to teach your students is that they can access this and go and click on elementary schools and scroll down and find William Paca, and that will take us to our school's site. And so today we're going to look at ebooks and we're going to look at TrueFlix. So as you can see, TrueFlix focuses on social studies on the left and science on the right. And so since this month is African American Heritage Month, you might have your students click on the biographies. And then with biographies, we have Harriet Tubman, Martin Luther King Jr., and Rosa Parks. So let's go ahead and click on Harriet Tubman. What I love about this site is it provides a quick intro video for the students as well as a book. So first we're going to start off by watching the video. You can click on the link here or you can just hit play. You can watch it on a small screen or you can project it to make it big screen. And here's the video on Harriet Tubman.
Is it true that Harriet Tubman was nicknamed Moses? Yes. In the Bible, Moses helped his people escape slavery. And before the Civil War, Tubman courageously faced danger time and again to guide runaway slaves to freedom. Born a slave in Maryland around 1822, Tubman yearned for freedom. So in 1849, she ran away, fleeing north to Pennsylvania. But she missed her family terribly. She made up her mind to go back and bring them north with her. Captured runaway slaves faced severe punishment. This possibility did not stop Tubman. Over the next 10 years, she made at least a dozen trips south. Each time, Tubman returned with escaping slaves. She led the runaways northward along a network of safe houses known as the Underground Railroad. In all, Tubman guided some 70 people to freedom in Canada. To find out more about Harriet Tubman, read the book.
So I love that they have the video and they have these great images, and then it also encourages the students to read the book. So if we click on read the book will open and you can make it full screen. And what I love about the book is they'll have a pre-reading question to see what the students already know and what they don't know. For example, this says, which one is true? Harriet Tubman was the first woman to lead a raid for the Union Army, or President Abraham Lincoln gave Harriet Tubman a Medal of Honor. So they could pick which one they think is true or false. And it encourages them to find the answers in the book. So if you turn the page, it has a table of contents, and then it goes into the chapter. One reason that I really love this site is because it has a read-along function. This is great for ESOL students and special education students, especially those who get full verbatim or selected verbatim, but it's also great for the struggling reader as well. So I'm going to click on the read-along.
Early life. Harriet Tubman was born into a world that placed little value on her as a human being. As a black female slave, Tubman faced a lifetime of slavery, violence, and hard labor. But this small, feisty woman with a quick mind and powerful voice would not accept this as her destiny. During her life, she would fight for her and her family's right to live in freedom.
And then when they click on the next page, it continues.
Born a slave. Harriet Tubman was born Araminta Minty Ross,
And if they
sometime
decide
between
they don't need it,
1820
they just click
and
this
1820.
button and the read-along stops. Again, you could do this as a large class group and project it on the LCD. You could have it in small groups, or they could be doing it on independent study. You could stop at each page and ask them questions, or have them stop at the end of the chapter. You could have them write an outline or summary, or you could just have them read the book for fun. But after they finish the book, and I'm trying to exit the big screen. Right, close that out. Then they can explore more. So when I click on explore more, they have online articles. So maybe they want to hear about the Underground Railroad, and they click on that, and there's a write-up about the Underground Railroad. So it's all right there under explore more. Then they also have an area for project ideas. And this is something you could pre-decide, and you saw that they had Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, and Harriet Tubman. And the project is read about the life and accomplishments and then create a poster about how they should be an American hero. Use persuasive language and display the poster. So this is just one idea of a project you could give them. After the project idea, they have an activity center. This is a little quiz, and to answer all the questions correctly, they'd have to read the whole book, but they could go up to the parts they've already read. So for example, number 1, the illustration on page 8 depicts the blank enslaved Africans endured on their way to the United States. So I could have kept the book open and been able to reference back to the text, but since I didn't, then I'm going to have to try and guess, what did they endure on the way to the United States? They definitely had terrible beatings. They had bad weather. They had crowded conditions. So this one would definitely be better. Let me see if I go back to the book. And then I'm going to open it up. And I'm going to go to page 8. So again, they can use this. And so there's the picture. So that is definitely crowded. So I'm going to close the book down. And I'm going to pick crowded. And it says I'm correct, which is great. Okay. And usually it encourages you when you answer it correctly. Okay? Which of the following statement is supported by the video? Tubman helped slaves escape during the day. Tubman was born a slave. The Underground Railroad ended in Boston. Tubman adopted 4 children. So I didn't really pay attention to the video because I was so focused on talking to you guys. So I could rewatch the video if I needed to. Or we could try one of these. Which one do you guys think it is? What is it going to say? Wrong. And then it tells you the true one. So it's great because it also shows the students which one is correct and which one was incorrect. So besides the questions, they also have a word match. So, clue, the right to vote. What is the right to vote?
Good job.
And it gives you a good job. Having to do with the Confederacy or South during the Civil War. That would be
Good
Confederate.
job.
So when they finish answering all the questions, then the picture will be finished. Okay? Then there's Explore the Web. And so on this, they can click different websites to learn more about Harriet Tubman. So you have Harriet Tubman's biography, American Story, and these go to outside, right? This is another book. So again, this website is awesome because it gives them a little intro video. It gives them a book with the accommodations of being able to have things read aloud to you. It gives them more background information, right? Both nonfiction and primary sources, as well as song lyrics. And then it also gives them project ideas and an activity center and ways to explore the web. So I really love it, but as I said, it doesn't stop with social studies. So it does have all these categories for social studies, but it also has science. So I heard one grade level was studying the solar system. So if we click on the solar system, it has most of the planets, and so it's awesome. It has all of them. Sorry, they took away Pluto, as we know. So you could use this as a jigsaw and assign a certain number of students to read about Earth, a certain number to read about Jupiter, another to read about Mars, and so forth. So let's look at Mercury. Again, we have the video, and I made it large screen last time, but you can also keep it small screen like this.
Is it true that the ancient Greeks once thought Mercury was 2 different planets? Yes, Mercury is too close to the Sun to be seen from Earth during the day.
but it is visible in the early morning and in the evening. The Greeks thought they were seeing different planets at the two different times of day. They called the morning planet Apollo and the evening planet Hermes. Although the Greeks soon realized Mercury was a single planet, it remains to this day one of the least known objects in our solar system. Because it is so close to the Sun, Mercury has proven difficult to observe. In fact, the Hubble Space Telescope's delicate optics would be ruined if the instrument was pointed in Mercury's direction. For now, only a few satellites have successfully collected data on the small, swiftly moving planet. To find out more about planet Mercury, read the book.
So there, I watched the video. Now I can click read the book. It can open up. I can keep it small or big screen. Just like before, it has intro questions. The temperature of Mercury are too extreme for humans to live there. There could once have been life on Mercury's moon. So they're going to decide which one's true, which one's false, and then it encourages them to read more. Right? Then we have the different table of contents and topics. I was trying to see if they could research, right? They could look for the answers under certain chapters. And then we go to the chapter. Again, if they're strong enough to read on their own, they can read on their own. If they go over one of the highlighted words, it tells them what the word means. So again, this is a great tool for the students. It helps them with the big words that they might not know. And again, for our slow or struggling readers, or maybe they're getting tired or just don't understand this paragraph, they can just put on the read along.
Mercury in the solar system. Mercury is one of the 8 planets in our solar system that orbit the Sun. Mercury is the planet closest to the Sun. It is also the planet most affected by the Sun's intense energy.
Okay, right? And again, if I want to look what orbit is, it says right there, right? And then it has beautiful pictures and captions. And again, they can shrink it so they can come back to it later. And so if I want to explore more, they're going to give me a list of things to explore. And what I love down here, they even got charts and tables. So characteristics of Mercury. It's going to have this nice table. And again, for ESOL and special ed students, but any student really, this is so nice and easy to follow that is really helpful with their research. And if I go back again, they had another one, key facts. And again, instead of just Googling and trying to figure this out, this gives them so many key facts, right? And they might not understand all these words because, again, this can be used in middle school and high school. But again, it's challenging for both the honor students, but it also has enough accommodations in it that it's doable for the ESOL and special ed students as well. Then the project idea was the same of a poster, but you can make them do a life model, you know, with styrofoam or with clay or so forth. And it just tells them what they can do and what they should label on their poster. But again, you can keep these project ideas or do something different. Again, there's an activity center. Again, you could do this as a large group in front of the LCD and have the whole class try and answer A, B, C, D, or you could have them do it on an individual basis. Some of you use other ways of doing quizzes, so you could take these questions and put it on your own quiz in Edmodo, not EduSelf, but Edmodo or some other forms that you guys are using. So it says a unique characteristic of Mercury is enormous size. Nope. Orbit around the Sun. Nope. Lack of a moon. Maybe. Closeness to the Sun. Yep. So if I click that, it says good job. You got it true, right? Then there's the word match. And again, it says melted at high temperature, usually describing metal or rock. And if I click on it correctly, a picture forms up and it says good job. Now if I get it wrong, a large body orbiting a star, I'm going to say comet.
Try again.
It'll tell you to try again, okay? So, and finally there's the explore the web where they have more sites where they can click on and find out more information. So exploring the planets Mercury, and that will take me to a different site. So it gives them more research material. Again, I really love this site, TrueFlix. It's really easy for the students. It's also visual with lots of pictures and videos and games and fun. And they can access it for whatever unit you're studying. So again, just to access it, all you have to do is open up your browser, start typing Destiny, right? And it should come up And if you go under William Paca, it is right there as TrueFlix. Anyways, I hope you enjoy and find this site useful for you and your students. Thank you.